Welcome to this week's Thursday Q&A. Definitely appreciate you watching the channel, and if you're new, welcome to the channel. So a couple questions came up again this week about, okay, I'm an investor. Can I purchase a home the way you guys purchase it on terms, creative real estate, if there's a renter in the property? The answer is yes, but let me give you some sort of context and some questions for the seller. First of all, mindset for you. When you're talking to a seller that has a tenant in the house and is trying to unload it, there's usually an underlying motivation that you're going to want to know about. So you want to have your flag up for that. Just like any other property, before we address the tenancy, you want to know why they're selling. So usually I get that by saying, where are you going? In this case, they're not going anywhere. It's an investment property. By when? In this case, by when did you want to get this sold? Like, and why? Like, they'll talk to you a little bit. And then what if it doesn't sell? That's always important. Well, if it doesn't sell, just keep it. Okay, low motivation. Well, if it doesn't sell, I got to lower the price. Like, I got to get out of this. So just listen. That's all I'm saying. Okay, now there's a full video in somewhere here on YouTube. If you do a search for, can I purchase a home that's rented? But I want to update. So you can go look for that. It's also, if you're an associate in our Wicked Smart community, it's in the Linda Resource Center. For those of you looking from the outside, our associate community are those students just like you who decided to get more aggressive. So instead of just taking our master's class, which is free, or going through all the free material here and going through my books, they decided to get more aggressive and join our coaching programs. And then in addition to being on Slack together and doing all this together, they actually have what's called Linda. It's a library of necessary data for the associates, loaded with training. Okay, so a couple things for you to be aware of. First of all, there's a small pool of buyers for this house if there's a tenant in it. There is, period. Unless they're giving it away, which they're usually not, there's a small pool of buyers. So I like that. So that's something that gets my attention. The second thing I'd watch out for when I'm talking to this seller with a tenant in there, in any seller, frankly, is any other flags like, are they rude? Are they tough to get a hold of? Does their ad suck, or they just have one little ad somewhere? Like, look for all these signs that scream to you, they may not sell this right away. And that's a good thing. And why did I say rude? You're probably saying, why do you say that? Because if someone's rude when you're calling, like rude to an investor or rude to a realtor, guess what? They're going to shut out most people. And I get that a lot from sellers. So I call back a week or so later. They forget that they were rude. They might have been having a bad day, and I'm probably the only one calling back. So just keep that in mind as we go through this. Now, the script for the seller is usually, I can possibly inherit your tenant, but it's all about math. I need to know, when is the lease up? What are the details? Are they paying? And if they try to like skirt the question, or I won't say lie, but just, pad the issue of if they're not paying, at the time of signing of a contract, you're going to get an affidavit that says the rents are paid. So you can't lie. That would be, you can't do that on an affidavit and be notarized. So side note. Second, okay, so you got all the math. You find out what the numbers are. If the numbers are at least a break even or better on the spread, I'm interested in going to the home and looking. Now, why do I say that? Because we have payday 1s, 2s, and 3s. I'm gonna now go to the house. I'm gonna talk to the tenant. We've done several of these. I preferably don't want the seller there because I want to talk to the tenant. I want to walk through, what am I looking for if I want to inherit this tenant and not wait till the occupancy ends, which I'll talk about in a minute. I want to know a few things. I want to know, is the house clean? Is it kept up? Is this tenant good with communication? Are they looking at me and talking with me? Are they avoiding me? Is this someone I want to deal with? You'll know like that, boom. Because you're going to say, well, the place is dirty, or they weren't communicating with me, or they were rude, or they wouldn't even say hi, whatever. You'll know if you want to deal with this person for 9 months, 10 months, 2 years, whatever the tenancy is that's left, okay? So what would be the tact, the path with that? If I like the house, I like how they're keeping it up, I like the communication that they did with me, I'm thinking of a particular house that I did. Then I'd go back to the owner and say, I think I could do this. Now, the one I did was only a $50 a month spread. That's it. I didn't care, though, because the principal was going down as this tenant was in there, number one. Number two, I said to the tenant buyer, hey, if I can show you how to a pathway to get mortgage ready, is that something you're interested in? Are you in a position to purchase a home eventually? Do you have some means of saving? I just talked about whether they would be a potential tenant buyer or not. This particular woman that I had in this house, that a past seller did in the house, was in the military, and she said, yeah, I am interested unless I get relocated. I have to do service elsewhere. Come to find out, she did. But what did we do? Why did I not care about the $50 a month spread and the principal going down? I didn't care because what happened was she ended up getting orders to go elsewhere, and I turned around and did a rent-own in that house. Now I turned that simple $50 a month spread and a little bit of principal pay down into 3 paydays. It was really simple. I couldn't convert her, but I went and put another one in. So you can inherit a tenant if the math is right. Now, if you're not sure if the math's right and or you're new to this and you go, I don't even know what you're talking about, Chris. You're going too fast. Okay. If you run into a deal like this, come to our Wicked Smart sit down. Every Thursday we have a sit down. It's for this exact thing. Bring deals, bring questions, bring, I got a hiccup, Chris. I don't know how to deal with this, or, I got a problem. Bring your stuff to our Wicked Smart sit down. It's free. It's every Thursday at 4:00. If you are not on our list now getting emails and texts about this, you should be. But if you're not on the list, just go to smartrealestatecoach.com/events, and you should see that every Thursday there's a Zoom link at 4:00 for 50 minutes. Because after that, we jump to our private associate call. Every Thursday. Has been and will always be. If you want and you're not seeing that in the right format for you, just email support@smartrealestatecoach.com. Okay? Now, if you don't have our free books, I want to make sure that you do get our free books. Just go to wickedsmartbooks.com/free, and we'll send you our books. And this is not one of those offers where you go to that site and it says, oh, put a credit card in. It's free, but you got to pay for shipping for $10. No, free. Our expense. We'll package up a couple of our best sellers, mainly the Real Estate on Your Terms, which is the base model, and we'll get that off to you absolutely free. I want you to know, by going through these YouTube videos and the deal structures on Sundays on this channel, and by going through my books perhaps, and maybe even going through the master's class, I want you to know, hey, this is a niche that I want to get in front of, because there's going to be fortunes created in this niche in the next 9 to 24 months because of what's going on in the marketplace. It couldn't be better. And you can position yourself ahead of that and create a decade of income. More importantly, a lot of you have jobs. I said to my son Nick the other day, I said, for the life of me, I don't understand why all the people watching the videos or coming to the events that have a job wouldn't come to us and go, hey, show me how to get out of this. Show me how to plan my escape from my W-2. Show me how to break out from my W-2. We have dozens of people doing it. If you just come to one of our events live now in person or virtual, we do two and two a year, 2 live, 2 virtual. You'll see that in the community. We have helped many people plan their escape. Why not you? Just a thought. Look forward to seeing you on the Wicked Smart Sit Down.